Hi, it's Dr. Craig with another episode of Hot Takes in the Sauna. And I'm going to talk about why most people fail at personal cultivation and really what you can do about it. The number one reason is they're choosing a method that is not constitutionally suited to them. The most important thing with cultivation is choosing things that are aligned with your constitution and that balance out a lot of the energetic and neurologic excesses and deficiencies that come with modern life. So, and the reason for this, a lot of historical practices were actually for a very specific monastic constitution. Most of those tend to be metal types. They tend to be head types. They tend to be sticklers, and they love recording stuff. Because they love recording stuff and had a fairly stable structure, that is a lot of the methods that have been passed down. There's also sort of huge elements of asceticism, most cultivation. And for most people, that's not actually where you need to start. Those practices are very useful at certain phases in your development and training. They're really useful. But most people, if we're looking at different typology, are heart-centered as opposed to head or body-centered. So about 60% of the population is a middle Dantian type or heart type. You actually have to open up the emotions and cultivate the emotions and a sense of emotional self before you really get into any sort of cultivating awareness and spaciousness or working with the body to get the most maximum and rapid evolution. The other big reason that I see people failing, other from sort of wrong method, is they don't utilize a sense of inner wisdom or intuition to really cultivate a sense of self through whatever method they need. What ends up happening because of this is you're trying to fit in a shoe that doesn't feel good on your foot, or you're trying to do things in a way that might be a little bit helpful, but they're not getting maximal benefit. The other thing that we have to think about is we have to look at the context of when different practices were developed. There's a lot more strain and stress on the nervous system now in our modern Western world than there was 2,000 years ago. So we need to emphasize methods that regulate the nervous system, that ground out a lot of these excessively young energies that are moving through the body, that are moving through our space, so that we have the proper balance of the energy flows and our nervous system is in a quiescent state so we can actually feel what's going on with our emotions. If we aren't balancing the practices correctly, we're not going to get very far because we'll never have the resources to really go anywhere. You have to have resources in a balanced way to grow.